Hello students. Today we will study about the basis of classification of the living organisms into groups and subgroups. The basis of classification means on what factors were the living organisms divided into groups and subgroups. Aristotle, who was a Greek philosopher, classified animals into groups on the basis of their habitats. Habitat means on the basis of their place of living, that is on land, water or air. It was a very simple way to classify, but it was discarded as many different types of animals live in the same habitat. For example, the giraffe, lion, pigs and dogs all live on the land but are very different from each other in many ways. The only feature that is common in these animals is that they have a common habitat. To overcome this drawback, it was decided that characteristics of the organism will be considered as the basis of the formation of groups. Now, what is the meaning of characteristics? Characteristics can refer to the physical appearance or behavior of a particular organism. This means the form and function of the organism. For example, in a class of 24 students, if we have to form 3 groups for a particular activity, it can be done on the basis of the height of the students. The groups formed can be of tall students or the students with short height, and one group can be of the students with moderate height. Moderate means they are neither too tall nor too short. So here height is a characteristic. Similarly, all of us possess 5 fingers on each hand and 5 toes in each foot. It is a characteristic of all the human beings. Also, it is our characteristic that we can run, but at the same time, a tree cannot. Now, some of the fundamental characteristics used for the classification of living organisms into groups and subgroups are cell structure, division of labor, mode of nutrition, and body organization. We will study about these characteristics one by one. First characteristic is the cell structure. Now the cell structure here means whether the cell is a prokaryotic cell or a eukaryotic cell. A prokaryotic cell do not possess well-organized nucleus and other cell organelles. So, these cells would require different ways for their biochemical activities. And since they do not possess a well-defined nucleus, they will not be able to form multicellular organisms. On the other hand, an eukaryotic cell contain membrane-bounded cell organelles like mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, etc., along with a well-defined nucleus. So, these cells can perform special functions and also they can form multicellular organisms. Next characteristic is the division of labor. It can only be seen in the multicellular organisms. The different group of cells will perform different specialized functions in different multicellular organisms. This would lead to the formation of tissues, organs and organ systems in multicellular organisms. In a unicellular organism, division of labor cannot take place. Why? Because there is a single cell. For example, an amoeba, being a unicellular organism, has a very different body organization from human beings being multicellular organisms. Next set of characteristic is the mode of nutrition. The mode of nutrition can be of two types, autotrophic or heterotrophic. The organisms which can produce their own food with the help of inorganic materials will be termed as autotrophs, while the organisms that will depend on other organisms for their food will be termed as heterotroph. For example, green plants can be termed as autotrophs as they synthesize their own food by the process of photosynthesis. So their mode of nutrition will be autotrophic nutrition, whereas in animals, the animals depend on plants or other living organisms for their food, so they will be termed as heterotroph and their mode of nutrition will be heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Last set of characteristic is the body organization. The basis of classification among the animals is development of the body and its organization into different parts. For example, the aquatic animals like fishes have gills for their respiration underwater, whereas the animals that live on land have specialized organs named lungs for the respiration on land. Such features are therefore used as the basis of classification of the living organisms into groups and subgroups.